Hey YouTube, it's Antoinette. Um, Law Love Live is my kind of hobby. I have a website. You should visit my website, lawlovelive.com. This YouTube is actually about writing. As most people know, writers don't always make a lot of money, but I think writers do what they do, and you know, I am a writer. I think what a writer does is done because writers have a passion for describing what seems to be indescribable at times, or capturing the essence of an event, or describing a circumstance, or expressing an idea or a thought. And so I think it's very important to kind of understand where a writer's coming from when a writer writes. And so I have written several books. It's mostly a hobby for me. I've written 10 books now. 9 of them are available on Amazon, and one is just available with the Copyright Office. So I have written these books, and a few of them are research based, a few of them are poetry books, and then there's a motivational book, and then like kind of a how to book. Everything you need to know about law school in 50 pages. Now, I started writing at a very early age, and I'll tell you, if you think you are a writer, now don't get me wrong, I'm also pursuing my law license. So those have been my primary passions. My law license is the career I've sought to establish, and writing has been a major hobby and a vehicle to get to and through the law school and other legal experiences because there's lots of legal research and writing, and those passions are competing with one another. I love to write, and I also love the law, and I'm very passionate about the law. And I was asked today, so this YouTube is two-part, so I'll just say that. And I don't want to seem too kind of divergent, like saying one thing and saying something else, so I'm going to focus this YouTube. It's about 2 points. The things that I really enjoy, one of them being writing, one of them being the law, one of them being the law, and one of them being writing. And the law requires you to read, research, and write. So I'm utilizing those skills in the law. So right now, like I said, I've written 10 books, and they don't bring a lot of money. They don't bring in a lot of money, but they are a hobby of mine to write these books. And I want to say, if you think you are either a writer or a lawyer, and I'm still in pursuit of becoming a practicing attorney, then follow your dreams. So when I started writing, I actually started writing essay contests and poetry contests, and I would win savings bonds and money for my writing. I had this poem called "Who Am I?" I am me, an individual with a dream. I was only 12 years old, but that was a very hot refrain, and it worked really well. So I won the essay contest at 12 years old. I think I won a savings bond for college or something like that. Then I also entered a contest. I think I was in elementary school or middle school. But I was I was between the ages of 10 and 12. So, uh, so I just, it was Say No to Violence with the Eisenhower Foundation. And I won that essay contest, and we went to the Eisenhower Foundation, and they awarded us internships. So as a result, I interned at Martha's Table, and I interned for the Center for Youth Services. They invited me back for the rest of the summer, and I was only 12 years old at this time. Now you could intern, and according, I don't think labor laws would allow you to work, but we were able to intern and get a stipend. So I was able to work and get a stipend and get early experiences in the workforce. So I was really excited about that. So those are 2 early writing experiences for me. And then, being in school, I did a lot of writing in school, a lot of essays, a lot of poems, a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of taking notes. and it just honed my legal acumen. I had a blog for a while. I don't know if you all remember when WordPress came first was established, and so I had a WordPress. I still have a WordPress right now, and so a blog, and I journaled every day. It was a way to really express myself and a healing process for me also. So I really wrote a lot, and my writing skills improved and became enhanced as a result of my practice. I'm really excited. So that's one. That's the right now. The law I've been in the law for about 10 years, and then if you want to go back to when I was a legal secretary, that was even 10 years prior to that. I only did it for about a year, but it really started my trajectory. And then when I was in college, I took a law class. Um, and so, and then I had always been encouraged by wins when I would negotiate and really, I don't want to say mediate because that seems like it's two people and I'm the like arbiter of the mediation, but really negotiate certain positions. And I was able to be successful and have win-win solutions, win-win situations when I was negotiating. The other person was happy, I was happy, everything worked out well. So that always inspired me, the art of argument, and not argument, in terms of negative outcomes, but the art of argument in terms of everyone getting what they want and having win-win outcomes, win-win solutions. So I'm really excited about the law now. I have a JD, which is a Juris Doctor degree. That's the degree that most law students secure. And I also have um, excuse the sirens. I live in the city, I have the JD. I have a Master of Laws, which is one degree above the JD degree. So in order to get the Master of Laws, you have to have a JD degree. And now I'm working on another degree. And I've had lots of clerkships and legal internships throughout the years. And I also did doc review and some legal contractor work where I was legal contractor. So I've had lots and lots of experiences in the law for the last 10 years. I went to law school in 2009. It's now 2019, going into 2020. And so my really active legal education and legal experience began in 2009. Of course, like I said, in 2004, I was legal secretary, so I did that for a year. But really, the substance of the law and what prepares you to really be an attorney, I started that process in 2009. And I worked with the Mid-Atlantic Innocence Project. I worked in conjunction with Georgetown and GW to do taxes as a FIDA volunteer, voluntary income tax preparer. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, where I prepared taxes for individuals. I did so much. I worked as with the New York State Attorney General's office and doing civil rights work, and I worked with a few law firms in D.C., Maryland, and VA, and I did civil litigation work in those experiences. And I was really, really excited. This was in my capacity, when I was a law student for the most part, and immediately after law school, or kind of during law school process. And then my first doc review job was last year, and I was really excited about that. So those are the two things that and if you want to pursue a law degree, I would say by all means, if it's something about which you're passionate, then pursue it and execute, get it done. Law school is an investment. Now I know it's expensive, it is an investment, but there are ways to fund your legal experience. And so it's possible to secure a legal education and then move on to the next step. Now, it's so strange. Like I've seen people who started this process before me, and then secure their license before I have secured my license. But I am very optimistic, and I thank God that I'll secure my license and go through with the process. I did pass the Maryland bar exam, and currently I'm in the character and fitness process. So pray for me, everyone. I am being optimistic, but also realistic. The profession comes with very stringent requirements, very rigid requirements, because you have to protect the public. You know, you're doing a community service by advocating and working in the interest of justice, and that's really what I want to do. And I feel like I can still write both in the legal profession and write just leisurely and in other for other specific um, um, ideas and expressions if I even with being an attorney. So that is my short video about, well, not so short, it's almost 12 minutes, 11 minutes, it's almost 12 minutes, but um, but so writing and the law, and I have all these other hobbies like to dance, and you know, my artistry skills in terms of drawing, you know, kind of got stunted probably around high school. But you know, I pick up the pencil and sketch sometimes, and then modeling and uh, poetry. So these are a few of the things that I like to do, or I like to activities in which I like to engage. And so yeah, so that's it. Writing and the law, writing the law, the law and writing, the law and writing, and all of my other really exciting interests that I also have. So that's me in a nutshell. That's Anthony in a nutshell. And I am looking forward to the manifestation of all these things. I am a Christian, so I cannot forget my faith in this process. And I'm thanking God for a good outcome, that I'll have my law license. And I always say this, by God's grace. I'll have my law license. And when I finish the process of the character and fitness, and I am moving forward from here. So, again, send me your positive energy, me your good vibes, and hopefully one day, you know, I'll be in a position to just really work for